Köszöntünk mindenkit. Welcome everyone to our webinar. You should be seeing and hearing us properly. If not, please do let us know. I'd like to welcome everyone again here. This is our master's webinar for digital business management at Lapland University of Applied Sciences. I'm here with Mr. Esa Jauhola, Fanny Örs, and soon we'll be having Meri as well, another student. I'm sorry I couldn't pronounce her family name, but she'll introduce herself. Also, we have Katja Mattila here on behalf of the marketing team of Lapland University of Applied Sciences. And so we are here to tell you about the degree program itself, which will be done by Esa. And after that, I will be doing a short presentation about Finminta, because this webinar was also organized by Finminta in collaboration with Lapland UAS. And I will tell about what Finminta is and what we do. And after that, we'll be having a discussion with the students here, Fanny and Meri. Actually, I have to correct myself because Meri has already graduated, if I'm right, but she'll tell her experiences about the studies and about her career. So we are very much looking forward to sharing all this. And please do not forget to ask questions. You can also ask in Hungarian, magyarul is kérdezhettek, and we can hopefully reply to everything that you have on mind. So let's begin, shall we? Esa, can you please start?
All right, welcome. I will just try to find my presentation somewhere here. I hope it's coming now. There's something is happening at least in my end. So, can you see it now? Good, very good. Thank you. So, welcome to this presentation. I will start telling about our master program called Digital Business Management. And my name is Esa, as Orsi told here earlier. I'm the principal lecturer, meaning that I'm the coordinator of this program. And so now I will just introduce to what the kind of program we have, how to apply, and so on. In the picture you see me in my office. That's mainly how we work nowadays online. 3 screens and or two screens, big screens, and in my office. Now I am at home, but that's how it looks there. So Lapland University of Applied Sciences is located in Lapland, in north of Finland. Here you see the Finnish map. Finland has wonderful neighbors, Sweden, Russia and Norway. And we work, of course, very much with them. And our university is then situated in the north, in Lapland, on top of Europe, in 3 cities, Rovaniemi, Tornio and Kemi. Rovaniemi is at the Arctic Circle when Santa Claus leaves. Tornio and Kemi are close to the Swedish border. And of course we do many things with Swedish people, Sweden as well, except now when we are not allowed to cross the border. Anyhow, we have about 5,000 students. We do a lot of research and development work together with partners from all over Europe, all over the world. We have 500 employees. We have about 20 bachelor programs, but then we also have 10 master programs. And one of them is in English. And then we also work in very close cooperation with Lapland University, which is a classic university. We are a university of applied sciences. Here is our gang. Well, this is not the latest picture because this year we couldn't meet face to face with the students. We hope to see you in August, September. I will come back to that, but anyway, our tradition is that we meet with the students once in the semester. Now, Fanny, for instance, is a student of the new group, and we have not met them face to face at all, thanks to Corona. But this is how we normally do, so nobody knows about the future yet. But anyway, this is our group students who started in 2019, and this picture is taken in January last year, so not so long time ago. Latest picture of our students and some teachers as well. As you can see, we have a very international team. Teachers are international. We have in this picture we have our colleague from on the right hand side is Anthony, our teacher from Finland. Then we have here also one colleague from France. Actually, he's Austrian, living in France. And on the left there is me, but also the students from all over Europe. In this picture, well, 2 Vietnamese students, but now they have moved to Finland, started at their own restaurant at the Arctic Circle. So good example of what we do here. Entrepreneurship is one part of it. We have students from Norway, France, whatever, Germany, Holland. In Finnish group there are several students from the Netherlands, and so on. So here we are visiting a case company, and we work with the case companies very close cooperation. So it's an online master program designed to strengthen the students' personal organizational development, which means that of course you develop your own competencies, but also the idea is that to be involved in the development of your company's development somehow, the processes of your organization where you work. Most of the students are working somewhere, and then they, in their assignments, they reflect what they have learned in school to their own organization, the company. So increase the competencies of the students and respond to the needs of the changing business environment. Important here is also the cooperation with the fellow students. I think some students say that that's the best part during our team work, team assignments. So you learn a lot from your fellow students. Of course, you learn a lot from the teachers as well, and from reading books and so on. But the discussions with the students are one of the strengths of this program. And of course, as I said, in close cooperation with the working life, we have the company visits, but then also we have the assignments based on your own experience and for your own case organization, if you are working somewhere. So the mission is to educate and train professionals with competencies needed to create and develop sustainable business in the digital transformation age. So sustainable business, sustainability is of course a hot topic in the moment, and digitalization is a hot topic. And we have to, we are developing students to stay competitive in this environment, develop their own skills, but also their organization. So we focus on business model innovation, data management, establishing and managing service ecosystems, inclusion management, leading to the strategic orientation in the digital business context. And as I have already said many times, so it's the future leaders need to know how to collaborate with others. So this collaboration, networking, ecosystem thinking, strategic thinking are very important skills, and that's what we study here and learn here. Our curriculum is divided into 3 competence areas, which you can see here: digital transformation of enterprises, business ecosystems and platforms, and horizons of the digital economy. I will come back to a little bit more detail, but that's the starting point. And of course, part of this program, as all university programs, is a thesis, master thesis, which starts from the beginning, and that's what you will be working with throughout the study time here. Some official information from the homepage of our Ministry of Culture and Education. We are more practical. University of Applied Sciences is more practical than the classic universities. The entry requirement for us is that you have bachelor degree, a business bachelor degree, or something else. We have some engineers in our group as well, and ICT people, but the main thing is that you have a bachelor degree, and what is Finnish, typical in Finland, is that you need to have 2 years work experience minimum from working life, from business. And if you have that bachelor degree and 2 years work experience, then you can apply. Our program is 90 credits, which means that you can study 1.5 to 2 years. And it's a same level officially as any master program in the world from any university. You all have a personal study plan, so you can influence your studies quite much. We offer some courses, but then you can choose from our template also elective courses. And this application that we apply the theory is, of course, means that we are much more practical than the classic universities. Okay, studies are closely linked with the workplace that I have said already a couple of times. Our teachers are doctors, or at least have a licentiate degree, and also they have close connections with the workplace and its development. And we are a very international team, so also, and we have good international contacts, so we have some projects with partner universities. I will tell you one of them soon. So you can go to our homepage, laplandamk.fi or laplanduas.fi. This I copied from there. This is the link. The application period is open right now. It ends on 31st of March, and more information you can find on studyinfo.fi, where you can find the application form and more information. But of course, you can find more information on our home page as well. And there's the link to the study info. So that's just to click and apply. So the entrance test is then in the middle of, or 14th of May, where we have a pre-assignment. The students are supposed to write a letter, a motivation letter, where you tell about why you want to apply, what you want to study, what you expect from the studies, and how you are going to learn the competencies in your working life. And then we have on the 14th of May a text comprehension test, text analysis, where you are given a text to read, and then you have to answer some questions. And then the third part is that you make a video of yourself, 3 to 5 minutes, and also, just like in the motivation letter, tell about yourself. Better instructions later when we send the invitation letter to all students, applicants who have applied. So 14th of May is the first day here to remember after the deadline of the application. Contact week, then when we start with the contact week on 31st of August, actually 30th of August, a Monday, sorry, that was a mistake. 4-day contact week, hopefully in Finland. But thanks to this corona situation, so it's possible that we do it completely online, or that some of you come to Tornio, actually in Finland, and some stay at home. But anyway, after those 4 days of introduction, so then we continue online every Monday evening, lectures, and then the rest of the week you work with individually with the assignments or with the fellow students with team assignments. That's the procedure. Sounds simple, but there is a lot of work, as you can hear later. Yeah, that is the procedure actually every semester. So we have 3 semesters. They are quite similar, contact week and online lectures, plus then the master thesis writing. This is our curriculum. But I think it would be almost better to show the other one. This is maybe more clear, this Excel. We have divided the curriculum into, first of all, core competencies, which means that we have there 4 courses. The Global Digital Economy, which is the first course in September. Then we have second, also the same semester, Leading Business Model Innovation. Then Business Ecosystems, the second semester, and Digital Transformation Strategies, the third semester. Then the other block module is Research Development and Innovation Competencies, where we have the Business Research and Development Methods. Second course is Leading Knowledge and Networks, and then the master thesis, which starts, well, the first week when you come here, you start planning your thesis. And in addition to these, so we have other so-called profiling competencies, profiling courses, such as digital customer experience management, inclusion management, digital platforms, data management, financial and performance management. This is not the complete list. We have actually a bigger list template where you can choose from, but this is maybe gives a picture of how our curriculum looks like. So I said, we have some international programs as courses of cooperation with international partners as well. Actually, tonight I will meet some colleagues in Germany and Northern Ireland. We have a course together with them. In this course, we have students from our master program. We have students from Bavaria, Germany, and we have students from Northern Ireland, Belfast. And here you see a picture 2 years ago when we visited Santa Claus at the Arctic Circle and here you see some German, Irish and Finnish students. Not the whole group, but anyway, visited Santa Claus. And that's a nice process. It's an elective course. It's not the must course, but elective course where you can study together with the Irish and German students, and actually both Fanny and Mary, who will tell more about the program, their experiences, can tell also about this course. So this is what I plan to say to start with, and I thank you, and now I guess give the floor to Orsi or
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Essa. Thank you. It was a very lovely presentation, especially these experiences of yours and that how you have adapted your partially online or once a while in Finland to completely online program. So you have said quite a lot of things. I'm also going to mention in my presentation, so I'll just skip them. But I also prepared some visual presentations, so let me share that with you. Can you see it?
Yep.
Let me do the whole part. Sorry, which one can you see it now? The big one or the small one?
Both.
Okay, just a second. Sorry for that.
But it's big enough.
Okay, and how about now?
The same.
It's
two
not
pictures, one
visible
bigger.
in YouTube at the moment, Orsi.
Okay, that will go away because I just closed it. Sorry for this. I swear I tried to share my screen just before the webinar, and of course now it's a bit different, but I believe now should be okay.
It's good. Now it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see it also in a minute. Sorry for the audience and thank you for keeping up with us. So this webinar was organized in collaboration with Finminta and Lapin AMK in Finnish, but in English it's Lapland UAS. And it's about your potentially master degree in digital business management. So about me, my name is Orsi and I love Finland. This is how I introduce myself. I also studied at Lapland University of Applied Sciences, but a bachelor degree in international business. So now currently I'm living in Hungary, and I actually have changed my mind because I'm going to study education, but I'm also very interested in education entrepreneurship, so I'm considering taking on this online master studies as well later on. So in this...
Orsi, can I interrupt a little bit?
Of course.
It's not visible in YouTube at the moment, your presentation, so can you try to put it again there?
Yeah.
So that we can see it from YouTube also?
Yeah, of course. Just a moment.
My favorite country is Hungary. I've been there several times, and when people ask what country you like most, so I said that Hungary because I like the people there.
Can you see it now, Katja, or no? Or I can just go on with without presentation. I'm not going to struggle with it here anymore.
Yeah, I can see only Esa and Fanny in YouTube, but not your presentation. But you can continue without it. So
yeah, okay. So it's just gonna help me with, yeah.
Or wait a moment, is it coming now? There. No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just continue without that. So basically, I collected some reasons why experience studying in a Finnish higher education. One reason is that it's one of the best in the world. So it's a world-famous education system, and they have experience in teaching digitally using blended learning for more than 20 years. So they know what they're doing, So in a way, online teaching and hybrid or digital education is not a new thing there. The second reason I drew up is basically you can have access to a dreamy career, or you can have at least opportunities to pursue a very good career, because having a degree in at a Finnish university and having it on your CV, it will drive attention, and it's a good thing to experience for yourself as well. If you get to Finland and maybe during the contact weeks, you will have a safe, stress-free environment, and it's also beautiful nature surrounding you. So that's a great thing. And it's also another reason is that it's very it has a high well-being standards, and you can experience a bit of modern functionality. So everything is very designy and has a function. At Finnish universities, there are outstanding student services, and once there, you can see that you might even decide to move there because it's quite advantageous for being a student there. You get student support, you get cheap lunch at canteens, and all that. When studying in Finland, or when having these contact weeks, you can have access to beautiful nature and the opportunity to travel the north. Also, another reason why study there is that you get to have more online courses. So you get access to campusonline.fi, you get access to the MOOC online, this MOOC online courses. You can do that as well. And well, basically you get the same student services as you were a Finnish student. So it means that you will have guidance and counseling services. You'll get to build your individual study plan with your mentor teacher. I'm pretty sure that this is something that I have experienced during my bachelor studies, but it should be also a thing for the masters as well, because you sometimes need to have support that you can ask questions from regarding your career choices or regarding your study choices that would support you to find the best career. And there's also a mentoring and tutoring system, which is not very relevant to those studying online, but it's still a good thing to know. And basically these were the reasons that I drew up why choose Finnish education. And Esa already mentioned a couple of things about University of Applied Sciences and how they are more practice oriented than universities, and how University of Applied Sciences are putting high emphasis on labor market needs. So they are training professionals with the relevant skills to the labor market, which is very important, which means practically that you would get a a job because of your skills and knowledge, up-to-date knowledge. And one more thing that I would also like to pressure is that they cooperate with local companies and businesses, and they do a lot of projects with the business sector that Esa also mentioned, but it's a very, very big benefit for those studying, because it means career opportunities and experience opportunities. I also have a table here, which I'm very sad you can't see, because I put up the differences between Finnish and Hungarian higher education, but I will be sharing this presentation with everyone registered for the webinar so they can watch it back, and I hope that will be compensation for this, and I'm very sorry. But yeah, so basically, just to sum it up very quick, is that the traditional lectures are not very popular in Finland, and in Hungary there are more lectures, while in Finland they try to focus on more like group works, and the teachers tend to take a mentoring perspective or approach, while in Hungary teachers are more of lecturers. The evaluation is, I think, a big difference, because in Finland, they work a lot and they invest a lot into evaluation. I'm not saying in Hungary they do not, but in Hungary it's more of exam focused and test focused, while in Finland they also have a big emphasis on feedback and evaluating project works, class participation, and so much of a broader, sense. So another sort of aspect to find differences is the relation between students and teachers, because while in Hungary there's a greater power distance, so sort of a bigger hierarchy, in Finland it's more of a colleague relationship, or like we are learning from each other sort of mentality. So it was for me very easy to approach my teachers with the problems I had or questions I had on mind. The class activity is also different in a way, because Finland Finnish education requires an active participation in classes. It's almost compulsory, because that's also a point of evaluation for them, while in Hungary it's not much of a trend to attend. Sometimes you just skip it and you go for the exam, which results in a lack of experience or skills, or just social skills as well. That was all I actually have on mind, because I can go on for forever, but this is, I think, enough for those applying to online masters. And the application was covered by Esa. One more thing I wanted to tell about and add to what Esa said about the application, that when attaching that you have to have 2 years of work experience after graduation to apply for a master's at the University of Applied Sciences. This was, it's given by the law. But for you to upload the work certificates or attachments, luckily you have time by the 14th of April, not by 31st of March. So that's a good thing, because I believe it's a longer process sometimes to collect the work certificates if the people are not that responsive, your former bosses or anything. So I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. So do not worry if you do not have all the attachments ready. You can, of course, upload them later on. So, and I wanted to tell a bit more about Finminta, because that's something else I have on my mind, and then I can give the word to Fanny and Meri. So Finminta was was basically established because I wanted to promote Finnish education, its practices, its outcomes, and its opportunities for students, teachers, and basically people in Hungary, because the main motivation for me was that people have found me who got to know that I studied in Finland, about asking questions about how did I apply, should I go as well, and I decided to just basically put up a Facebook page and a website and collect information there, and it started like that. And since then I've been doing study tours in Hungary, and not only telling about study opportunities, but organizing events and webinars about the Finnish education itself. But what I can do for the applicants is that I can help with their application process, and even help with the entrance examination preparation. So I can just tell them some tips based on my experiences, but unfortunately I do not have any specific information of that, but I can just share some general tips on that. And we also have a study in or students of Finland, Hungarian students of Finland Facebook group. I'm saying this also to Fanny, because you are very welcome to join. We have this community there online, which consists of students who have studied or are studying in Finland, either living in Hungary or not, but we can just share generally our experiences and practical tips on the moving and all that. So everyone is very welcome to join. I have to say the Facebook group's name in Hungarian so that you will able to find it. It's called Finnországban tanulok, and you can find it associated with FinMinta Facebook page as well. So I thank you for your attention, and I'm very sorry that my presentation just didn't go through. Hope that you could follow me well, and yes, I think that we can move on to the questions, if there are any questions from the audience for me or for Esa. And I have to check the YouTube as well now. Well, I do not see any questions for now. Or do you see any questions, Katja? Okay.
No, there is no questions at the moment.
I think we said
But
so much.
I actually actually noticed something about the original certificates that you were talking about when applying.
Yes.
And I was reading about the studyinfo.fi. That is the place where all the applicants will put the application electronically to our admissions office. It says here that the deadlines for submitting all the attachments must be by end of March, so 3 p.m. So be careful.
That's for
with the deadlines.
That's for the what is that? The degree certificate.
Certificates. Yeah.
But I'm saying about the work certificates. I have noticed that it's a later date.
Yeah, it was in the our pages, this information, that end of March, all the work certificates after completing a higher education degree must be attached to the application. So that's a little bit correction there, so that nobody will be late.
Yeah.
But entrance exam will take place on 14th of May, and it will be online exam. So as I told also, so
that's great.
Remind of that also.
Great.
There are always students who send the work certificates a little bit later, and our admission office will send you email and beg for them, ask for if there's something missing. So. But anyway, of course, it's better if you are ready, if everything is ready by the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think I have a question for Fanny and Meri in general. Just to ask both of you the same question regarding your studies. So what do you like most about your studies, and how do you experience it? Tell us a bit about your own experience of the studies, please. Maybe you can start, Fanny, or...
Oh, okay. I can start. So anyway, welcome everyone. My name is Fanny, and I'm from Hungary. and I'm doing this master program at Lapland UAS from Hungary right now. And answering your question, Orshi, is what I like most about this program is that it's completely matching with my current lifestyle, and as I am working for a company in full time, and I wanted to study online from Hungary, and this program provided me this opportunity to fulfill my needs. And also the other thing what I really enjoy is working together with our international team, because I would say like half of our group members are from different parts of the world, mainly Europe, but there are even from other parts, and other half is from Finland, but also it is international for me as I am from Hungary, and I also really enjoy learning in English because I really like it. So this is how I would summarize it now.
Thank you so much. It's great to hear that you can continue learning while also pursuing your career. So it's a really good thing, and lifelong learning is something that Finnish education emphasizes on. So I believe it's a positive thing. Thank you. Meri, can you actually join us and have some thoughts on this topic as well? Thank you. Hello, Meri.
Yes, hello everyone. So my name is Meri, and I graduated last June, I think it was. Time flies, so cannot actually follow the time now. But yeah, I think that what my thoughts about the program was that it was easy to do along with working full time. It was made as easy as possible, I would say. Of course, sometimes in some times of the year there were a couple of too much courses going on at the same time, so there were quite many assignments at the same time to do, but we thankfully managed it. And I think that after the kind of rough path ended with the beginning of the studies, where there were many courses at the same time, it got more easier, and especially when we had the time to concentrate more on the thesis work, because I think that that's something that, as Esa mentioned, you should most definitely start thinking about it from the beginning of the studies, so that you will actually have time to kind of think about it and develop the idea more, and also to do more studies related to the topic of your thesis. It will help at the end. But yeah, I think that that kind of sums it up. And of course, as Fanny has also said, that the international group is a very important thing in this study, because it gives a lot to you as a student, because you get more these kind of international connections and new friends, and maybe lifetime friends as well.
Great, thank you, Meri. It's wonderful to hear, and yes, time flies. And I congratulate you on your graduation, belated. But can I ask where do you work, if it's not too personal, or?
Yeah, no, it's not personal.
Yeah.
I work in Nordea Bank. I have worked there already 8 years, and worked there also during the studies, and now actually I just changed my work inside the company after I graduated. I used to work during the studies. I worked as a tester in the IT department, and now I'm working still in the IT department, but as a IT analyst. So a bit different. Great,
wonderful. Well, congratulations on the promotion. Well, we got a question, but I think it's more to Esa to answer. It's about the entrance exam. Could you tell us more about what the entrance exam entail? So maybe we can repeat a bit about the entrance exam and about the procedure.
Okay, so all eligible applicants will get the invitation letter to the entrance exam, and the detailed instructions are there. But I can already tell you that first of all, you need to write a pre-assignment, which I can write beforehand, of course, and will write beforehand, and send it to me actually. And then what you can also do beforehand is the video about yourself, your life philosophy and your dreams, and how you are going to use the program, what you have learned here in the future. So both of those you can do beforehand, but the submission is on the 14th of May. And what happens on 14th of May then is the text comprehension test. So we open, you all are supposed to be there 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we give you a text to read, and then you analyze the text and answer some nasty questions. And so you don't need to send any language certificates. So this all these 3 tests are at the same time also a language test. So that's why we have these 3 different types of tests to check also your language skills. But of course, your motivation is the most important thing, that you really are motivated to study and graduate, and that's that, and so on.
Great, thank you, Esa. It's I think it has was a very comprehensive answer, and yes, indeed, I think it's a big advantage of the program that you do a lot of work to check the language skills, because nowadays, especially due to COVID, it's very difficult to get an IELTS or TOEFL or PTE test, maybe PTE, yeah, because it's online, but they are very expensive as well, and it's very difficult to arrange them due to the online bookings. I'm familiar with the issue, but yes, I'm checking if there are any more questions.
I could ask one question here from Fanny and Mary both. I think English is not your native language, so has it been difficult to study in English language, especially in master's level? How about if Mary starts?
Well, I would say that I was surprised how easy it was, because I think that it was much easier to study and do the thesis in English than it was to do in Finnish in the bachelor's. So I wouldn't worry about it, because it's kind of, at least for me, it was so that as long as you are using that language like every day during the lectures, hearing it and using it with the teamworks and with the assignments and everything. And for me, I also work that as a main language in my work. So it kind of becomes the main language in my everyday life, so on. So sometimes I forget how to actually use Finnish. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, English is also my second language, and I would really agree with Mary that it's not so hard. The only thing what I found challenging is these academic writing parts, where for the assignment it's required to have this higher level of quality in your writing and the words you are using and phrases. So this is the only part which is challenging for me, but the university is really supporting us, and we have several sessions where we have information and some descriptions and directions how we can improve our skills in this part. So we are helped to get through this challenge.
Thank you for both of you. Yes, indeed. Once you get used to a language, like using it and actually learning in a language, it helps you to deepen your understanding and have better skills in that language which you learn on. So it's, I think, a good advantage of the program and on, you know, just having a dual mind or dual language mindset. I think we have gathered so much information for the audience that it's quite difficult to ask anything, but I'm saying to everyone here that whoever has any questions, further questions about studying at Lapland UAS or about this degree program, feel free to write an email to Finminta or to ESA directly. I will be sharing these contact informations to the registrants afterwards this event. And please feel free to ask anything that comes to you. And if you need help with the application, you can find me as well. We might actually going to finish this webinar if there aren't any more questions. So I thank you for the speakers who participated. Thank you, Katja, for helping in the organization of this webinar. And I hope
Thank you, Korsi.
Thank you.
And Meri and Fanny, it has been a pleasure to listen all this.
Yes, I believe that we did a full image on the studies, and please check your email boxes after this webinar so you will get to see my presentation which I made for it, and I'm very sorry, so I have to redo this webinar at some point and share it. But you know, things happen, life is life. So I thank you again for everyone, and feel free to, as I said, reach out to us, and good luck with your application if you have already opened study info and on there to